of MIT WPU Academic Leadership Team, Professor N.T. Rao, Vice Chancellor, Professor R.M. Chitnis, Pro Vice Chancellor, and Professor Anuradha Parasar, Dean, FLFMJ Law. We welcome our beloved Honorable Dean Madam, Faculty of Liberal Arts, Fine Arts, Media and Journalism, Professor Anuradha Parasar, who is our guiding light, mentor, and under whose supervision we are organizing SOFA Talks 2021. Thank you, ma'am. You keep us motivated. Now, I would like to hand over to Dean, ma'am.
Thank you, Akanksha, and thanks for the introduction and setting the context so well. A very good afternoon to one and all, respected resource person for today's SOA talks, Madam Panchali, Harshji, faculty staff, and my dear students of MIT WPU, Faculty of Visual Arts, Liberal Arts, Media and Journalism Law, and participants from various schools, maybe colleges who are also watching this event live. I extend a hearty welcome to one and all to SOA Talks of MIT WPU School of Visual Arts and Dr. Vishwanath Karad, MIT World Peace University, Pune, India. And heartfelt warm gratitude and thanks to Madam Panchali that you are here and you spared time for this interaction with our student. And Dr. Shruti was sharing that it is at a very last minute you could give the confirmation, but we are so happy that you are here. And Madam Panchali Harsh is a founder, Geru, a social enterprise which is committed to promoting crafts. So student, this is something good which is, and some new thing which is coming through SOFA Talk series to all of you. And I wish to share with all that MIT World Peace University, it is ranked at 33rd position in World Universities with Real Impact Ranking 2021 under ethical category. So this is something really great, not only about MIT WPU, but for all Indians as such, that 3 years old university is amongst top 50 universities in the world. And Madam, this is for your information that we started SOFA Talk series on 7th May and we'll be concluding with valedictory on 3rd July. And in between this one and a half months, almost 26 eminent resource person, they came and they graced SOFA digital platform and they shared their success story. They presented various aspects of professional milestone and expertise, and students benefited a lot from all these interactions. And all our faculty members are also actively and quite keen and benefiting from all these experiences which are coming from the experts. So this is a very unique interaction, dedicatedly, committedly focused for experts from visual arts area, fine arts area, and other aspects of applied arts, where all student and society at large, they are getting opportunity to learn from all eminent experts. Even our parents, sometimes they attend these events. And as this session is going live, it is for benefit of any members of the society. So we are so happy that you are here. And as Dr. Shruti said, that we have MFA Applied, BFA Applied Arts program, MFA Applied Arts, and PhD in Visual Arts. And all these programs, we did share some aspects about our program, but very importantly, yoga. All our students, they study peace courses. We have MIT WPU pedagogy, where 2 faculty members you'll find teaching the same course to bring different perspective. And then in first year, they go for rural immersion program. Second year, they go for national study tour. Third year, they can request for international immersion program. Then nature track, biography studies, industry visit. I mean, everything, they are made industry ready at the end of 4-year BFA program. And at MIT WPU BFA Applied Arts program, and all these students are from BFA Applied Arts. We have rural immersion program, as was also shared at the start of the event, where our students visit and they stay at nearby villages to experience the rural life there, and they learn about their tradition. They do mashal fairy. So there's a full day activity which is there for a student, and they stayed there for 4 to 5 days. They are with the rural community, cooking along with them, dancing, doing some cultural event, learning, as well as doing some survey on their problem and then working on a project. So I think from today's session, they will get the opportunity to know about different traditional crafts of India, in which you have great expertise, especially as I know, understand Chhattisgarh is where your work area is, and what can be done to promote these art form and artisans with the design intervention. So our students, they are quite keen to listen to you and to learn from your unique journey and experience of promoting artisans and crafts of India. And I can say that student will get very valuable advice and guidance about the topic. And coming back, I'm very happy that Panchali madam is here to discuss on this topic of significant and immense importance, which is empowering artisans through design intervention. And I also take this opportunity to invite you to MIT World Peace University for in-person interaction with our student, and also to visit world largest peace dome, which is also here at our campus. And I can see all our students are all set to start the session. And before I uh, conclude, I want to appreciate Dr. Shruti, all her sincere efforts in organizing these talks, and all members of faculty, Samida, Nivedita, Nupur, Pallavi, Prachi, and all students who are actively and enthusiastically they are contributing in planning, organization, execution, and even anchoring the event. So Dr. Shruti, it's congratulations, it's going really well. And all my dear students, congratulations and compliments to you as well, that so greatly you are supporting your faculty in smooth organization of SOVA Talk. And I think let's start the SOVA Talks, empowering artisans through design intervention. And Madam Panchali Harsh is here. Once again, I express gratitude and thanks to you, Madam, for being here with us today for this interaction with students and faculty of MIT WPU, Visual Arts, Liberal Arts, Media and Journalism and Law, and all participants, faculty and students from various colleges and schools. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your words and your guidance. Now, I would like to request everyone present on the panel to pose for an online photo record. Thank you, everyone. If you have any questions to ask our guest, you can post them in the question answer box. Without further ado, I invite respected Dr. Shruti Nigurkar, Head of School, School of Fine Arts, to give a brief about SOFA Talks.
Thank you so much. Panchali ma'am, I'll just like to share with you that School of Fine Arts is a very young school in the third year of its, from when it has started. But under the guidance of our very dynamic leader, Professor Dr. Anuradha Parashar, who is leading this college as the dean, we have come a long way within these 3 years. We have now MFA, PhD, that is already there now, but that's not the benchmark. The benchmark is the quality of education. And, we are hand-holding our students and making everything available to them with MIT WPU unique pedagogy, which is present in all the campus. So I will not want to say much, but before I hand over to the students to introduce you, I'll just like to say that these SOFA Talks are, addressing various professional opportunities for students. And you know very well that, applied arts is such a program that it opens many doors. It opens professional doors in animation, whether it is advertising, whether it is illustration, photography, e-learning, publishing. So many avenues are coming up. UI UX is there. So today your presence is very important because you have taken that applied art and converted into a very different possibility and opportunity as a entrepreneur and as an artist. So it's my pleasure to have you here, and I will request our student moderators to do the introductions.
Thank you, Dr. Shruti ma'am. Now, I would like to hand over to Savi Srivastav to introduce our guest and resource person.
Thank you, Akansha. Miss Panchali Harsh is a design professional specializing in the area of traditional crafts. She completed her graduation in applied arts from Pune University and went on to pursue her post graduation in craft design at the Indian Institute of Craft and Design, Jaipur. She worked with Srijani, an undertaking of Sulabh International, Bihar, who are engaged in uplifting manual scavenging community by providing them alternate livelihood means. In 2016, she started her own social enterprise, Geru, committed to promoting crafts, especially of Chhattisgarh, her home state, providing design interventions and helping artisans sell their craft products. I'm sure everyone is eager to listen to her. Now I request Panchali ma'am to start with the session and guide us.
Hello, everyone. I'm very happy and glad to be here, and very privileged to be here. And thank you, Shruti ma'am, from for getting me here for this talk. So I'll start my journey at the very beginning from childhood. I'll start how, like, I was a very you can say I was a very lost child. I never wanted to study or go to school, and I have lived with my Nana ji, and he had a nursery, a very beautiful nursery. So there was a lot of outdoor space. So I just never wanted to stay at home, and I just wanted to be out all the time, playing in the sand and mud. And I used to love drawing and creating things with my hand. So I think that somewhere this inclination to come into some kind of a creative field was always there in me from the starting. But like being in a city, a town, it was Raipur back then. So we did not know any career options in creative fields. So and then another thing I would like to add as my inspiration, childhood inspiration, is like my mom was a craft enthusiast. So she used to take me to all the craft exhibitions that were happening in the city. And from childhood, I was very fascinated looking at all the beautiful craft products that used to come, in those exhibitions. And we used to buy all the baskets and terracotta products and, all those stuff. And then all her handloom saris, I was really fascinated with them. So that exposure I got in that age. So somewhere I think it was there behind. So then I took up in my 10th and 12th, I took up arts as a major subject, like fine arts as a major subject. So I think that was the starting point. But then I didn't know how to like go further with it, how to make a career out of it. So that age was of no internet. So internet was just beginning to come. We was just starting to use computers and internet and all that. So my sister, my elder sister, she took admission. She came to Pune to do her graduation there. So I just blindly I followed her after 12, because here in Raipur there were no opportunities of higher studies. So I just told my papa that I'll also go to Pune and do my studies there. So I came to Pune, and I joined Symbiosis, and first year in commerce. So yeah, so then for the whole year, I think I did not go to college. I was just busy exploring the city of Pune and enjoying my freedom, and the first uh, flare of independence that I got there. So, and then after a year, I dropped out of college. So I told my father, I don't want to pursue commerce. I can't do this. I am not an academic person. So that much I had understood then. But still, I was very lost. So then I started searching about options. So I just in like design, I just knew fashion design and interior design at that time. just these two things. Either you can do a fashion design or interior design. So then I got to know about this college, Bharati Vidya Peeth, where they were doing fine arts. So that's the first time I met Shruti ma'am over there. And actually she guided me a lot. I remember at that time, so to pick up applied arts. And and I think those were the best like 4 years of my life, I can say. uh, Learning also, making friends, and starting to learn what options I have to go ahead and all those things. Then after completing my 4 years in Bharati Vidya Peeth, I started working as a graphic designer. I came back to Raipur actually at that time, and here I started working as a graphic designer. So I did work for a year as a graphic designer here in Raipur. And in between that, me and my friend, who is now my husband, so we planned a trip to Bastar, which is a very rural and tribal area of Chhattisgarh. So we traveled very extensively. So it was the first time I was like traveling so much in a rural area. Like I stayed with an artisan family also over there, and started learning about. They used to make dhokra craft of Chhattisgarh. If you know, if you're aware, it's like bell metal craft over here. So they were a family. So I stayed with them, and I used to sit and work with them. And so that experience was a big realization for me, that somewhere I did not see myself doing this graphic designing wala work for the rest of my life. I felt that I'm not made for this 9 to 5 kind of a job also. I wanted to be in the field. I wanted to work at grassroots. I wanted to work with people. So all these thoughts by then they had started coming, but I still didn't know how to get into this area. So there only in Bastar, there's an NGO called Sathi. I went there, and there were some students who were doing their diploma project over there with them. So I started talking to them, and I got to know about this institute in Jaipur, which is Indian Institute of Craft and Design, where you can do a specialization in craft design. So it really interested me and intrigued me. And I went to Jaipur to see the institute. And then finally, I took admission over there for a post graduation in craft design. So that is how I reached, somewhere I reached my destination there finally. So in ISCD, it was a very like journey of self discovery, I would say, for me. So firstly, I got the opportunity to explore so many materials. So we had so many different courses. So we worked with wood, we worked with metal, stone, we worked with terracotta, we worked with leather. So all these, and all the courses were designed in the way that we had to go and work in the field. So there were no classroom courses. So it was all hands on. And so it was doing like working from day one. It was like that. There was no classroom studies and all that. So it also gave me an opportunity to, those 3 years, to travel a lot. Like I traveled a lot. We traveled the whole of Rajasthan. And in Rajasthan, we stayed in a village in Barmer, which was right on the border. So that was my first experience of living in a village with a village, like a family there. And we were like documenting their crafts, culture, everything. So it was a beautiful experience staying in a village. There are so many things which we in cities, we just take for granted. And when you go to such a place, you realize how many things you just take for granted, like just water coming out of a tap. So it's, when you come back, it's like a miracle. that yeah, you open a tap and there is water, coming out, or you don't have to cook the food, or there is electricity. There's no electricity in the villages. So these were really life-changing experiences for me. Similarly, we stayed in Kutch. We worked in the terracotta cluster over there. Then I came back to Bastar a lot at that time. I did craft documentations here in Bastar. And then I did my final project in Tripura. So from west to east, I just went there. So for 6 months, I was in working in Tripura. So we were training, like we trained around 100 women over there. Me and my friend, we were both a part of that project. So that gave me a very solid background, all those 3 years of working there. After that, I joined Srijni, which is in Patna, which is an organization. It's a part of Sulabh International, and they work for uplifting and providing alternate means of livelihood to scavenger communities. So I was working in the bamboo department over there. So yeah, it was a lot of learning again, a lot of challenges also. So that was a very great experience. After that, I got married, and then for 2-3 years, I took a break. My daughter was born, and then I decided to stay back at home with her for 2 years. So at that time, I was not really like traveling or working as such. After that, somewhere I started missing my work and everything. So I decided to come back to Raipur, Chhattisgarh. So this is something that I always wanted to do, to come back to Raipur and work here in Chhattisgarh for the crafts of Chhattisgarh. So I came back here. So I got the much needed family support also to raise my daughter here, and so that I could start working again. So that is the time when I thought about starting my own, which is Geru. So I felt that I wanted to bring, the handicrafts of other places to Raipur, and let people experience them, authentic handcrafted products. I also wanted to promote. There are many crafts in Chhattisgarh which I felt that they're not getting their due, exposure. So I wanted to work in that area also. So that is what we are doing at Geru. Like right now, I'm working with a bamboo cluster here in Chhattisgarh, and we have done many design interventions and created many new products, and we're selling them. Right now, we are selling mostly online. So, and I have also worked a bit with terracotta clusters here, and also with tattoo artisans, like they do tattoo work. So their art has lost its relevance really. So giving them another, medium to express their art. So that is something that we are doing here in Chhattisgarh right now. Also, I take up like freelance interior design projects. That is something again that happened to me. Like I started getting like requests to do up interiors. So then I started doing them. So we use a lot of like local material. Again, I try to use a lot of local crafts of Chhattisgarh in my projects. When we do interior design projects, use those crafts or craft techniques in doing those interior design projects. So that is what I'm doing right now currently. So if you want, I can show you some of my work. I can also share with you some of the many of the craft techniques are very complicated. So I'll share one as an example. I'll share one with you. Okay, so
That
I'll
will be
just share.
wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah. So let me first share with you the college work that I did, some of those work. So these were some of the softer like skills that we learned at college, like how to create 3D drawings, AutoCAD drawings. So in all this, my base in applied arts really helped me, drawing and then color explorations. So all this we are taught in applied art also, na? So it was just a very natural extension of that. I hope you can see my screen.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes, we,
Yes,
yes, yes, we,
You can see now.
yeah,
Okay. So
yeah.
this is again representational drawing, isometric drawing. So this I'm just showing to give you an idea of how the foundation is, you know, this is geometry and tessellation. 3D models also we had to make in geometry to understand form, which is later then you can apply when you are actually designing products. This is drawing again, representation techniques. We were also taught to do like photography, basic photography, you know, for the products. Then this is material exploration. So this is terracotta. Then this is bamboo exploration. This work I did in Bastar only. So this was a course which was like a field work kind of a thing where you had to like learn a skill. So I was working with bamboo, and it's really tough to work with bamboo. If you get, you need to hold the tools and need to work with it. So it's a very tough material to work on actually. Then this is the metal explorations. So we learned beating metal, then casting work. So the picture that you can see on the this right side, jewelry wala picture, this is like the work that they do in Bastar, Dokra craft we call it. So actually they don't make jewelry anymore. I just wanted to explore this part of it. So now they make only statues and big artifacts and all that. So I just explored a little bit of like jewelry in the same material. This is woodwork. So basic, we were taught how to make basic wood joineries and then wood turning. So everything was like we had a workshop where we had to like work on the machines like carpenters, you know, in the same way. So all this was actually material courses, material exploration courses. What they teach you is when you work with artisans now, sometimes you just design something without thinking about the nature of the material. So this really makes you think about that aspect, that if you need to work with it, then how do you create designs that are in sync with the material and with the skill of the artisans also. Then these were some of the documentation projects that we did. So this is what I was telling you about when we were in Kutch. We did this terracotta project. So there were two parts to the whole project. One was the documentation part, which was like a diagnostic study. So we visited the clusters and we had to find out what are their problems, what are the problems that they are facing, what are the kind of interventions that they need in the cluster. So a whole diagnostic study was done. And in the second part, then we did the design intervention, and then we developed some products. So also taking inspiration from the products that already exist, that they make, but they have become irrelevant to the current market. So how do you, like a lot of crafts, they become irrelevant, right, with time. So how do you make them meaningful again with your design interventions, so you can make, you know, more functional products so people buy them. So this was that kind of a work. Then this was another documentation, which is Crafts of Chhattisgarh, which in which we documented like around 10 crafts in Bastar region of Chhattisgarh. So we documented bell metal craft, that is dhokra. Then we documented wrought iron craft. Then there is a tribal weaving that is done here. Then terracotta, then bamboo, then stone craft, wood craft, shell craft. So many crafts are there in Bastar region, just in the Bastar region of Chhattisgarh. So this was about that. This is again bamboo work of Bastar, specifically in Narayanpur region. So the tribes over there, they are like really experts in the bamboo work. So this was a documentation of that. This was a craft documentation that I did in Jaipur. It was a cluster near Jaipur in Rajasthan, Udaipur, where they make these traditional jutis, leather jutis. This was not exactly a documentation, but like what ma'am was saying now, that you get a village exposure, like you people are taken to the rural immersion program. It was similar kind of a program for us, just it was a little longer. So we stayed there for around a month in the village, and we documented not only the crafts of the village, but all, you know, all the cultural, religious, social, all those aspects of the village, of the whole village. So it was a like a program for that. So this was like it was a craft not exactly a craft documentation, but a document to trace the history of basketry, like since prehistoric times to now, how the basket has evolved, and you know what really happened with it. So that's what this is about. And this was my design project in stone. Again, this was done in Rajasthan, so it was a sponsored project. So it was a paid project. So this there's a cluster near Jaipur where we worked in sandstone. So this is a chair that a bench actually that I designed for a public space. So it's very versatile. So it can be placed in many different ways in a public place. And it can be like a continuous kind of design, or just a single bench also. It can be used like a single bench or multiple, you know, in a multiple way. Then this is also a project in stone, same done in the same cluster. So the concept here was combining a seat with a planter. So at the back, there is a space for the planter. So the idea was to the inspiration of this chair was that whoever sits on the seat now, he comes closer to nature. So at the behind there's a planter. So when you grow like a climber or something here, and it will just, you know, take over the whole chair. So it's a garden chair for that. And what I did here, I actually explored the like they are very good at making stone jalis, the craftsmen over there. But their jalis are very geometric in nature. So they always use tessellations and geometric patterns for the jali work. So I wanted to break away from that and make something which is more organic, but requiring the same skill of making a jali. So this chair was a result of this exploration. Then this is a part of that Kutch project only that I was talking to you about earlier. So here this is like a traditional bottle for carrying water that was made in Kutch earlier, but now you will see them only in museums. So they're no longer made. So I was working with a particular family, a son and a father, and we were just talking about different kind of pots and vessels for water, and they started telling about me about this vessel. So they had never made this in that cluster, this bottle. So the son started it, like he said ki, I want to try making it. So and then the father also joined. So after many years, they created this, they made this bottle again in that village, in that particular village. So it was like a revival of a product. And then I added this string to it, which was also made by a local fishing community person. So they make fishing nets, no? So we have used the same skill to weave this net around the bottle for carrying it. So this was about this. And then also created with the same product, with the same skill, we created another product, which was a planter. The skill is the same in this one and in this one, just a different product out of it. So the traditional product was called badak, which was used like a bottle. So they travel on camels and all that, so they use this bottle to drink water from. So then this is a project on metal. So the inspiration for this, this is a lamp, actually, a table lamp. And the inspiration that I took was fire, the element of fire. And both the upper part and the lower part that you see here, the skills I've used of traditional craftsperson. So the lower part where you see that flame kind of thing, that is the Thatera craft that is practiced in Rajasthan. So I got it made from them. And the upper part is the jali part, is also a craft that was introduced during the Mughal times in Rajasthan. So they used to make bird cages from this. So I just used that skill to create this upper part of the lamp, and like contrasted the positive side of fire with the negative, more like destructive element of fire, just a contrast between those two. Then this is again a stone bench for a preschool. So I created like a tessellating pattern in this. Then this is a wooden chair. So the inspiration for this chair was Barmer, the work that they do in Barmer. So this weaving that is done, this weaving was done by an artisan from Barmer, and rest, the wood turning part and all that I have done in the workshop myself. So it was exploring my own skills also to make this chair. And the concept was like, we Indians, we really like to sit with our legs folded, right? So even on a chair, we want to sit with our legs folded. So I reduced the height of the chair and made it like a chokki, but gave it a backrest also, so that it becomes more comfortable. So we are very used to sitting on the Western chair sizes, which are little higher. But actually, as people, we like sitting a little lower with our legs folded. So a more comfortable,
Really interesting.
yeah, the more comfortable position, to sit.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah. And this is a small exploration that I did. I explored the batik technique on handmade paper. And so I did many explorations. They are not here in the picture. Many different kind of explorations, and then converted one of my explorations into a lamp, a table lamp. And this one, I'll just show it from the beginning. So yeah, this is my final diploma project that I did in Tripura. So here, already given to us by the Tripura Bamboo Development Board, where we had to train the artisans in different dyeing and printing techniques. So we trained around 100 artisans. We also tried to give them basic understanding of colors, also printing, also how patterns are created. Then we taught them to dye the bamboo. Then we also explored making blocks there only in Tripura, taking inspiration from their textile patterns. And then these are just some of the exploration from the artisans who did these explorations on the mats themselves. So some of them are really cute. And these are the blocks that we created. So the patterns that you see now here, the inspiration is from traditional fabrics of the region. The tribals, they make their own fabrics, so we have taken the inspiration from them, and then we created different blocks and patterns. And then we also tried some products out of it, different kind of bags, and so this was the final project. I will also show you my work at Srijni.
Yes, we are quite keen on seeing it. I mean, on seeing it. This is the eyes. I'm sure all the attending.
So yeah, so in Srijni, like in Patna, where I was working, so they had like 2-3 different departments. There was a textile department, there was a bamboo department, and there was a painting department. So I was taking care of the bamboo cane and the painting department. So like this lamp. So they before me, there was another designer over there who had done basic skill training with them. So like she had actually done a very good job, and I got a really good base from there. I just picked up from where she had left, and like this lamp, I have combined the painting technique and the weaving technique both, and created a lamp. Same here also. So that there's, because they were being taught a craft, they were not traditional artisans, but because they wanted them to pick up alternate livelihood means and leave manual scavenging. So we had trained the artisans in bamboo work. So they used to do little bit of bamboo work, like basic basket and all they knew. So their skill level was not like what you will get in maybe Northeast, So it was a little basic. So whenever you work with artisans, you really have to match your designs with the skills that the artisan has. This is another lamp. So in this, I have used the embroidery that they used to do. In Bihar, they call it Sujni. Sujni, and applique work is called Khatwa. So those embroidery skills. So it's like a photo frame. Then this is, again, I've combined the applique work that they used to do and the cane work. So we had made these trays. This is another tray. Then again, I've combined their embroidery technique and bamboo. So we have created these folders. So on the front part, it's bamboo, and when you open it inside, there's a little surprise. The the embroidery work is a little surprise. This also. So this is the front part of the folders.
Very, very beautiful they are. I mean, all these products and how well this exterior and how well this exterior and interior.
Yeah. So I always feel that you can't, design in the as a craft designer, you cannot ever design sitting in a studio in isolation. You have to sit with the artisans and work with the artisans, understand their skills. It's like a collaboration between the artisan and the designer. So you can't sit in a studio and then you can maybe send your design to the artisan. So it doesn't work that way. Table mats that we did. Table mat, then coasters. So small things, functional products that people buy, Otherwise artifacts, only once can somebody buy an artifact, na? How many times they will buy? So we need in crafts also we need functional products. These are again folders. These are some chairs that we tried out. We did the dyeing also ourselves in the office for the weaving part. And then some bigger lamps we created here using the painting. So this is like Madhubani painting, but our artisans, they had their own expression of it. So they have done that. Then this was a training that I did there. So it was a new group and we were teaching them embroidery and applique work. So I stayed in a village in not near Patna, in Vaishali, near Vaishali in Bihar. And so it was again a very, very amazing opportunity and experience to stay in a Bihar village. So the women over there are so amazing. It was so amazing to work with them. And
yeah, and I can see some men also.
So then later on,
yeah, and I can see some men also attending.
Yeah, so those are just men, but men did not participate in the workshop. They are some, school teachers or something, because we were using the school premises to do our training. So I think they are there. It was only mostly women and, young girls. So in the villages now, women are much more hardworking than men. I can tell you for sure.
Yes. We always see that. Yeah, very true.
Yeah.
We always see that. Yeah.
So then we built on their skills. This was the basic like work that we taught them, and then later they joined our mainstream, work, and then they used to do work like take orders and all. So this is a picture of the office where I used to work. So these women are doing all the embroidery work over here. And these women are weaving. So in the background, you can see they're making those mats, table mats.
Yes, we can see. It's such a hard work, isn't it?
Yes,
It's such a hard work, isn't it?
So this is that. And then I can show you, what should I show you? I can show you, like, just for example, like you said, no, Shruti ma'am, how it is so much of hard work is involved. So we really need to tell the people who buy products, no, we need to tell them these stories, like why they need to pay. Like somewhere the psyche is that if it is a handicraft product, it should be cheap. It cannot be expensive. So, it's not that, because there is so much of labor and hard work, so much of intricate processes that are involved in making of like a simple product like terracotta also. So this is just for an example, this is how a terracotta product is made, huh? So they get the clay in the form of like rocks. It's like hard, very hard. And most hardworking work the women have to do. So like here she's breaking all the clay with that
Yeah, we
bat, no?
generally perceive that, muscle work
Yeah, we
will be done
generally
by.
perceive that muscle work
Yeah,
will be
but,
done by. It is not true. All the in the craft sector, all the hard work the women do, and they prepare all the material, and the men take over after that. So yeah, it's a little unjust, I feel. So she's breaking all the clay balls. Then they have like put it in water, soaked it in water. फिर उसके बाद में बहुत सारा kneading होता है, which I don't have pictures of all the things. Then finally the clay looks like somewhat like this when it is once it is prepared, you know. So between this and this, there is a lot of hard work again, kneading the clay and making it this way.
Smooth, yeah.
Yeah.
Smooth, yeah.
Now this lady, so I don't know if you know, there are some like gender rules also na, in craft sector and societies. So the women, they don't sit on the wheel. They are not allowed to do the wheel work. Only the men are allowed to do the wheel work. So here she's making these tawas by hand. So it is not wheel work, but just through hand building, she's doing it. So they make only the tawas, women jo hoti hain. So just she's using her hand to make it. And then women also do the painting work. Kutch pottery is really famous for the painting part. Na? So they use like different soils to make different colors. So these are all natural colors, not acrylic or anything. And the painting is done before the firing process. Here also she's doing the painting work. So this skill is like 5,000 years old, what they use in Kutch. It's a continuous history from the Indus Valley civilization. So it's very interesting. You go to a museum in Kutch and you see the pot, like a 5,000-year-old pot that is kept in the museum. And then you go to the village and you see that they are making the same pot today also, which is like 5,000 years old. It's so amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So again, she's doing the painting work. They're very skilled and they are very like spontaneous. Like they don't sit and think कि मैं ऐसे इसको बनाऊंगी या. It just comes to them. वो बनाते गोल गोल घुमाते जाते और बनाते जाते हैं, brush पे. So
Panchali, the technique of making the pots is the technique of making the pots is the same. Patterns and everything also very similar. Patterns and everything also very
similar. Yeah. Like the painting that they're doing, na. So the same kind of motifs also are found in the Indus Valley civilization. Like the motif of a fish is very common, for example. So they make it these days also till now.
Wow.
So this is the wheel work that the men do, making the pots on the wheel and then beating them to make that water pots. Then after this, once this stage is reached, after that, this is the firing part. So I was there when they started, preparing like 8 in the morning. They started preparing for the firing works. Open kiln banate hain. It's open air firing karte hain.
Okay,
So
there is no structured kiln.
structured
kiln.
This is how they do it traditionally. So it took the whole day, you know, took the whole day to completely make the kiln. So this is how it was done. And can you see they're putting all that ash on top? पहले लकड़ी की लेयर है, then pots रखे, then there is a layer of black soil, मिट्टी, then they are covering it with ash at this stage.
And they have to take care that the pots don't break.
And they have to take care that the pots don't break,
because
because
pot we know that in the kiln.
break a pot. Right. So what they do, they for the whole day they prepare the kiln. So this is now it is prepared, and this is the mouth of the kiln where you see all the sticks, wood. That is the mouth from where the firing will start. And the firing is started like in the evening time. This is how the firing is started at this stage, and it is getting fired now. So the firing will happen through the night, and they do it specifically in the night because in the night they can see from the color of the fire, they can know that what is the temperature inside, so it's that intricate.
That's amazing. Just visually they measure the temperature.
Amazing. Just visually they measure the temperature. And then you get this final product, which is like really beautiful, this Kutch terracotta work. So yeah, so that's what they tell us, like crafts, they have a knowledge of so many, like thousands of years of knowledge is there in a craft product. So that is the importance of a craft, their knowledge system and how it is passed from generation to generation. Then another process I'll show you of here. How much time do we have, Shruti ma'am? We have enough time?
Yes, we do have time. We can go on for another.
We do have time. I'll show you.
20. We can go on for another.
Okay.
30 minutes also.
So here another. This is like dhokra craft, and I'll just show you, and you can just count number of steps it takes. So this was a document that me and my friend had done, so this is where it starts. So this is basically a mud mold that they start with. पहले मिट्टी से बनाया है, basic जो structure है, जो बनेगा, Then the next step is putting like this is a very rough kind of a soil. It has bhusa and that cow dung, all that in it. Then this is a more like chikni mitti जिसको बोलते हैं, river वाली. They have covered it with that. Then again made it smooth. इसमें कुछ पत्ते को भी लगाते हैं. I've forgotten the name. Yeah, here you can see na, it's all green. So they rub a certain leaf on it. Then this is the wax that they use. So they'll cover the whole thing with this wax. Wax के strips बनाते हैं छोटे छोटे, like noodles जैसे उसको निकालते हैं और फिर उससे पूरा डिजाइन बनता है on top of the model. So now they've completely covered it. Now they've made it smooth. उसको एकदम smooth कर दिया. इसके बाद इसके ऊपर वो so here you can see now they've started doing the detailing part again with the wax. So this is also called the lost wax technique of metal casting.
Yes.
So all the details are added now. Then again, it is covered with the mud, and they give small channels on top to pour the metal, liquid metal from there. So now it's completely covered. And on top, you can see now those sticks kind of coming out. Those are the channels that they've created to pour the metal.
Yeah, generally one to pour and the other to one to pour and the other to
Yeah, exactly. And then the firing happens na here. So this is isko pakate and then liquid metal ko pour karte hain, and this is the end product. So after so many times, and suppose if I give them an order for like 50 of these, so every time for 50 times they are going to make the mold. It's not like that you make one mold and then you can produce 50 pieces from that. Like every single piece is new. It's created from scratch. 50 pieces matlab 50 times wo isko pure process ko repeat karenge. So you know, so there is no like wo bolte na ki production wala thing is not, it's not relevant in the craft sector. So I'll show you the casting part also. Just a minute. Yeah. So I don't know if you know that this lost wax method of casting is also from Indus Valley civilization. Like the famous
we have this dancing
girl.
girl. Yeah, we have this dancing
She
girl.
has been casted in the same way, and it's the same process that is used in Bastar till now. You know. So this is how the molds are fired here. This is the metal that they are. So, and it is also a recycling wala, craft, because what they do is they'll get all the old metal scrap, put it in this and melt it, and then a new product is made. So everything is getting recycled. All the metal that they use is scrap metal. So this is the hot mold that they are taking out from the fire. So the wax gets melted here.
Yes, you lose the wax. That's why it's called the. Yes, you lose the wax.
Yeah.
That's why it's called
the. Yeah, true. Now they're taking out the liquid metal and they'll pour it. This is the pouring part. So उसको मिट्टी में गड़ा देते, जो मोल्ड होता है ना, वो डिग करते हैं and they put the mold here and fill the mud. तो वो पूरा मिट्टी के अंदर उसको गड़ा देते हैं before they pour the metal out. And then एक बार when it dry ठंडा हो जाता है जब, उसके बाद when it gets cool, then they break ऊपर वाला जो mold है, ये break कर रहे हैं ऊपर से उसको. Then all the finishing, polishing that happens, then you get the product. So just an example I wanted to share of, what are the kind of processes that are involved. And then I can show you the work that I'm doing right now for Geru. some of our products that we are currently making.
Yes, we are quite keen on that. Yes, we are quite keen on that.
So these are the bamboo. I'm working with a bamboo cluster actually right now. And again, the idea is to create some, functional products, and also some products that can replace like the plastic stuff in our houses. Uh, so everyday, products like that, storage baskets and, boxes. So this is a set of boxes. So this is, you can use it like a roti box or a gift box. Planters I've done. Storage like multi-purpose baskets. These are pencil boxes. Fruit baskets, या फिर हम आजकल वो gifting and वो सब के लिए भी people really like, some kind of a basket. So then this is a laundry basket. Lamp. Then this is the painting part that you see here is the tattoo work that I was talking about. So they used to make these tattoos on hands, no? Tribal people, they get these tattoos done. So the newer generation of even tribal girls and all, they don't want to get the tattoos anymore. So the craft, the art is actually losing its relevance now. So there are some other people also who are trying to like revive this thing, and the women are being given like fabric also to do. So the motifs are the same that they use in tattoo work, and they
Godani art,
yeah Godana, yeah, they call it Godana.
Correct, correct.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
I had heard that this Godana art also has its. I had heard that this Godana art also has
it? Sorry.
its roots in astrology also.
Yeah. So all the
astrology
motifs
also.
are, no, I don't know if it is astrology, but they have their own, motifs. Each motif will have their own meaning, और उसको लाइफ के किस स्टेज पे करते हैं उसका भी रेलेवेंस होता है, लाइक अलग अलग age पे, like when you reach puberty you will get certain motifs done, when you get married then you will get certain motifs done, then when you have a child then you will get certain motifs done. So at every stage when you get a tattoo done there is a different motif and a meaning behind it.
I think
So yeah,
somebody needs to research, I think somebody needs to research, if these this is coming double somehow.
Yeah.
This is coming double somehow.
So I have just used those, and I've done some trays using bamboo also, and the artwork, this artwork. Then these are some lights. Again, some painted boxes. So this one artisan, she does these motifs. She makes these paintings on boxes. And this is again that Godna artwork on the box, bamboo box. Yeah, this, and then I'll show you one of my project. So this was a like a farmhouse. Somebody wanted me to do it. So this painting of the tree that you see, this is again done by the Godna artist. So she herself, she said that I'll make a tree here, and then she just took it up and she did the whole thing. So this was her own expression. She wanted to try something new. So here she's doing the wall. So I try that whatever interior project we do, we include local artwork, crafts, and local material also, like local wood and all that we use in whatever we do. So she's done these small motifs. If you can see, I'll just zoom in.
Yes, we can see.
Yeah.
Yes.
ये टैटू मोटिव्स हैं जो ऊपर में करे हुए हैं ना.
I think from that area, Godna art is from that area. Godna art is famous, and then Tantric art is
what?
also
Tantric art.
Yeah.
No, I haven't heard about that. Tantric art I haven't heard, but this Godna art is quite famous. And there is a kind of mud work that is done here. I'll show you a picture. We have used that also in one of our projects. So tell me if I'm moving the pictures too fast.
No, this is good, going good.
Fine. Okay.
No, this is and these interior spaces you have taken up. These interior spaces you have taken up to do. These are your commercial projects. These are your commercial projects.
Commercial project. This one, and then I'll show you that mud work also that we had used in one of our projects. This one. So this was like a eco resort, which is like 3 hours from Raipur. So this is the mud work which we have used here on the windows. So this is done in northern Chhattisgarh. So the women make these. They make very cute, birds, animals, even human figures also. So that we had used. So all the fabric, this fabric is all ajrak, again from Kutch region. All the furniture also we did for them, and we did them in local wood. That is here, babool wood is very common here, but people don't make like furniture from it. But we used it, and the result was really beautiful. बहुत अच्छा फर्नीचर बना था. So usually यहाँ पे लोग उसको यूज नहीं करते, उसको inferior quality of wood मानना जाता है, This is all khadi, again khadi fabric that I've used. This is their dining area. So we did these bamboo lamps also for them. We did this dining table, and then behind you can see that mud work that we did. Runners and everything. All the furnishing work also we did for them. This is again ajrak, all ajrak work from Kutch. So I collaborate with other organizations also and other individuals also. So like all the furnishing part, here one of my friends who she works with Kutch artisans. So I got it done from her and I sourced it through her for this project. This is again that dining area. And this is the bedroom. Then this was a small, like a cafe in Raipur. For them, I did this work. So like these birds are from Bihar. They do the paper mache work. So this is from there. I'll just zoom this. I don't know if you can see this terracotta kitchen like miniature set. This is traditionally, this is made in Chhattisgarh. So there is a festival where these are made for the kids to play. So we have just used them here.
These decorations are really amazing. Decorations are really
Yeah.
amazing.
And again, these are table mats, bamboo table mats that we did specially for the cafe. These baskets that you see on the wall are from, again, from Bihar. These are Sikki baskets from Bihar. So, you know, just to do up a wall, I've used those baskets. Yeah, I think I've shown mostly everything.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was amazing, amazing journey.
So
I mean,
that was my journey.
that was, I mean, I'm sure
So
that
there is lots.
yes, yes, please go ahead, Panchali.
No, I'm saying that there is lots more to do. Like I'm taking small steps. The planning is बहुत सारी है. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but what you have done till now is also amazing. And like you said, that, you know, when we were discussing that there are so many crafts, you gave us an insight into, you know, metal casting and a little bit of terracotta work. But there are so many other crafts, and you have used them extensively, woodwork and fabric work, and everything has their own techniques, everything has their own paint, and
Yeah.
the results, I mean, the interior results are amazing. I think, you know, what you have done is brought the Indian art and used it in your commercial spaces, especially the cafes and things like that. I feel that that's really, really amazing.
Thank you so much. That's
So
the whole idea,
what
you
we
know,
have,
that we have to make these crafts, you know, relevant again. And that as a designer, you know, that is our job to do that, to be able to do that.
I'm sure that, you know, anybody who sees this is going to get inspired. And I must tell you that, you know, this Geru, they have amazing range of products. And Panchali, you might want to give the website to all the viewers also here.
Sure. I'll put it in the message.
We are going to put that, we'll put that in the live streaming also. So if anybody wants to get connected with you, I hope that will be fine.
Sure. Definitely.
So all the students and everybody who is attending, if you have any questions, put them in the question answer section. Meanwhile, I will request Samidha ma'am to take few questions.
Yes, ma'am. So, Panchali ma'am, we are like amazed by seeing your work. And we are like, yes, there are so many of the things that we can also do it more and more good. So, we are really very happy to see
Yeah.
your work. So, I wanted to know why you have put your this name as Geru.
Achha, Geru because Geru, you know what is Geru? It's like that red वाली मिट्टी जो पॉट्स के ऊपर में करते हैं ना, रेड कलर का एक कलर जिससे आता है रेड कलर, इट्स अ मिट्टी. So I wanted to I wanted a name that was very earthy, very close to, nature. And I think somewhere from there, this word, stuck with me, this Geru word. Yeah.
Yeah, in Diwali, in
Very
Maharashtra,
connected to the earth, basically.
yeah, in Maharashtra, in Diwali, that Geru is put on the floor and then Rangoli is made on that generally.
Right. Yeah.
The
And
soft clay.
exactly that just adds a color, Geru. Yeah.
So, next question, Samidha ma'am, do you want to ask any more questions? All right. So, I want to ask you that, first of all, I'd like to say that we are looking forward either for you to come over here and, teach us also some of those techniques. And if possible, then we'll love to have a trip, college trip over your Geru setup. And, as one of the rural immersion programs, maybe in the coming years.
Definitely.
Now the pandemic is not allowing us to do that right now.
Yeah.
But as soon as it is possible, I'm sure everybody will be excited to come and have a look at all those lovely crafts and the hard work, especially as you said, that goes into it. So you have spent many years into this profession, and we'd like to know before we, go towards closing, we'd like to know your future aspirations, little bit about that.
Future aspiration is like I want to build Geru into a brand and bring in authentic and beautiful, well designed, handcrafted products of Chhattisgarh. Give them a platform through Geru. Give our artisans the support and the fair prices that they deserve. And yeah, that's what my plan is for the future. I'm going to be very much here in Chhattisgarh, and I'm going to work from here and build this brand from Chhattisgarh. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much for this amazing journey once again. Thank you for coming on MIT World Peace University School of Fine Arts SOFA Talks and making this one of yet another very, very interesting session, which I'm sure, because it is live on Facebook, many can have a look at it. And even at a later date, people will be able to refer to this talk, and I'm sure they will keep on getting inspired by this. I can definitely say that this is a great addition to our repertoire of collection on School of Fine Arts website. Thank you once again for that. And now I will.
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity, ma'am.
Oh, you deserve it all the way. And it is, in fact, our pleasure that you agreed to come, because I know you're very busy with all the stuff happening at your end, and yet you agreed to come. So that's a great privilege for us. Thank you. I will now request the students to take over and conclude the session.
Thank you, Dr. Shruti ma'am. Now, it was indeed a great honor to listen to you, Panchali ma'am. I would like to thank you for enriching session. I would like to thank respected Professor Anuradha Parasar, Dean, Faculty of Fine Arts, Media and Journalism, Faculty of Liberal Arts and Faculty of Law. I would like to thank respected Dr. Shruti Nikudkar, Head of School, School of Fine Arts, all faculty members and all participants for joining in. To conclude the session, I would like to request technical team to play the Pasaidan.
So we always end our sessions by Pasaidan. And it's a beautiful message there that, let everybody get what they desire, Zoje Vanchila Tote Laho. And at MIT WPU, we always end our sessions with that. So we do the same. Thank you so much. Once again, Panchali ma'am, this was our 23rd session of Sofa Talks, and you made this amazing. So thanks once again. And for the viewers, please stay tuned to our remaining Sofa Talks. We are coming with yet another session tomorrow, and that will be followed by 3 more sessions. So please stay tuned till that time. Please take care of yourself. Thank you. I will end the session now.
Thank you.
Thank you.